Tonight, two sisters living in chaos.
It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She is wasted. She is such a baby.
One drinking to forget her abusive past.
This is a video of you. Have you ever seen yourself like this before?
The other left to pick up the pieces.
You've been taking care of her ever since she was born.
She's all I ever had.
Here's the question for you. What are you addicted to?
Can this destructive relationship be saved?
Our mother left. She left us to the wolves.
Your mother came home high and there was nothing you could do about it. You're allowing her to be the person you're trying to save her from.
The Iyanla intervention.
Drunk in the backyard is one thing. Dead in the casket is another. 90 days. Will you go?
Next.
Let me tell you who I am. I am a survivor, a teenage mother, a welfare recipient, and a woman. I am a teacher, life coach, minister, lawyer, and author. I've had my share of breakups, breakdowns, and breakthroughs. I did my work and put my life back together piece by piece. I am Iyanla Vanzant, and I am here to help you do your work. This is a story where two sisters have become mother-daughter, where one gets taken care of and the other leaves her dreams behind. Cherise, a Detroit salon owner, wrote to me saying she's tired of taking care of her sister, Andrea, who she says behaves badly and drinks too much.
I want her to grow up so that I can have my life back.
Cherise says she's given Andrea a job at her salon, and she lets her live with her for free, while Andrea spends her money getting drunk.
I don't know if it's from the drinking or if it's just because she's a very self-centered person, but my biggest issue with her is that she's not dependable in anything.
Cherise sent me this home video of Andrea drunk and out of control. What I saw was horrifying.
You fell?
Upstairs? Yeah, she did.
Oh.
I seen her fall.
It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she is wasted. I'm trying to give her a job to take care of herself. She is such a baby.
Cherise has plans to move to Chicago and marry her long-distance boyfriend, Fred, next year. But she says she's terrified to leave Andrea behind. I'm meeting with these sisters on neutral territory in Chicago. So why am I here?
Because I don't know any other way. I have a very strained and codependent relationship with my sister.
Do you know it's codependent?
Yes.
You do? And what have you done about it?
I don't know. My focus has always been on trying to fix her. And now the focus this year has been on trying to fix me.
You have your own salon in Detroit.
Yes, ma'am.
But your beloved
It's here in Chicago.
is here in Chicago. You're not here with him because?
I'm not here with him because I'm afraid to leave my sister.
Okay. Are you the eldest sister?
Yes.
When did you accept or assume responsibility for taking care of her?
She's always been my responsibility
Why?
because my mom couldn't take care of her. She was on drugs and she just wasn't a very active mother. She gave her to me to take care of
And you've kept her ever since then.
ever since.
But she's got some issues.
Yes. She's an alcoholic now. She doesn't take care of herself. She lives with me and she works at my salon. It's stressful because I don't know where to drop her off at. Not drop her off, but I don't know when it ends. I don't know when it's supposed to end. Am I supposed to take care of her until infinity?
Are you?
That's my responsibility.
Who said so?
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
You do know. Because if you didn't know, I wouldn't be here. Hold on one second. I gotta go get something. I'll be right back. I've heard of stories like this, where the children have to assume responsibility for each other because the parent is unable. I call that false responsibility. That wasn't your baby. Sackcloth. It's speaks to the burdens that we carry. That's yours. Hold on to that. So, you've been taking care of her ever since she was born.
Yes.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. I made sure she ate. I learned to cook. I made sure she was clean. I washed all the clothes. I just remember doing everything.
So let me ask you this. What are you acting like you do not know?
That she's grown and that I need to let her go and not be afraid of what will happen if I do.
Oh, hold on one second. I gotta go somewhere for a minute. I'll be right back. I mean, in our normal course of life, people are burdened by fear. Sometimes it's rational fear, sometimes it's irrational fear, but whatever it is, it becomes a burden. Hold on to that. I think sometimes we don't understand how we invest in keeping our family and loved ones broken because it gives us a sense of safety and security. So let me ask you, what are you going to do if she gets well? Who are you going to be when you stop being responsible for your mother's child? Who are you going to be?
I'm gonna be free.
And is that frightening?
Very. I'm afraid of being alone without her. She's all I ever had.
Because she also keeps you grounded in your history.
Yes.
Tell me about your history.
We just grew up where there was no goodness. When we eventually were separated by authorities.
Why?
Our mother lost us. It was a particularly violent situation towards her, not towards us. And the authorities were called in.
Sharice explains that when she was growing up, Child Protective Services sent her to live with her paternal grandparents, while Andrea was left to live alone with their mother until custody was given to her father a year later. So you and your sister also have different fathers?
Yes. So we were split up. And that was the first time we had ever been separated. And it was extremely traumatic for me and her.
Displacement. Put that in there. Abandonment. Guilt.
It's heavy.
Yeah. So what is it that you would like me to fix?
I'm gonna fix my guilt.
Do you have any idea what that guilt is attached to? You know what? Don't answer that yet. Come with me. I got an assignment for you.
Bring this?
Huh?
Bring this?
Yeah. You've been carrying it around. Bring this. Who you think gonna carry it? Me? I ain't carrying that. This is my rock garden over here.
Okay.
Let me show you. Now, I think you need a few more of these. Really? Oh, no, wait a minute. You can't put that down. You got to have that. You got to have it. How about having your alcoholic sister around your children? How about self-denial? How about all of the stuff that you do to you while you're carrying the weight of your sister? See, I think a couple of more of these might be yours, so I'm gonna leave you here to identify them. When you get them, put them in your bag. I'll see you later. Oh, wait a minute. I might need my tissues for somebody else. your own tissues.
Before coming here to Chicago, I requested that Andrea not drink during our time together. Her head needs to be clear in order to do this work.
Come on in. I wanted to bring you here to this safe house.
Okay.
You ready to do some work together?
Yes, ma'am.
You sure? What kind of work you want to do?
Any kind of work that's gonna help with this situation.
And what is the situation for you?
For me, well, me and my sister's relationship is kind of at a strain. Cause, you know, I got a couple of drinking issues and stuff like that.
What's going on with your foot there?
I'm nervous.
Really? Is that nervousness? Mm-hmm. What would you call your drinking problem? What would you say?
I drink a lot.
Drink a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's not a problem.
It's a problem only when I'm drinking, though. But I don't drink every day all the time, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
You say, I drink a lot. Mm-hmm. What's the distinction between I drink a lot and I've got a drinking problem?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. I've got some a few little things here I want to share with you. So this is a video of you. I want you to tell me about this.
I know she here. I know she here. She just called me. Tell her to bring her ass outside.
I was gonna say, look like you've been in a fight.
She got mad because I slept with her baby daddy. Kicking her and everything.
So when you see yourself, early evening, no shoes on, already twisted, you say, I drink a lot, not I have a drinking problem. Have you ever seen yourself like this before?
No. I wouldn't even know who was...
How long ago was that?
That was a couple weeks ago.
Now, you think you might be pregnant?
No, we already found that out. I'm not.
Praise the Lord. Howsoever. This has graduated from I drink a lot.
It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she is wasted. She passed out in the backyard. Did you hurt yourself?
No.
You okay?
It's Andrea.
You sure you didn't hurt
That is
yourself?
not I drink a lot. This is not I drink a lot. What is this?
I have a drinking problem.
So here's the question for you. What are you addicted to?
I don't know.
Maybe you're addicted to that bag and being burdened and guilty. Give her bag. Go on and get high. I'm not going to participate in your self-destruction. These are life and death choices because she and you are in a life or death situation.
I'm in Chicago, working with 2 codependent sisters. One, a suspected alcoholic whose drinking has led to some very bad behavior. The other, an enabler who refuses to let her go. After being separated as children, Sharice has put her life on hold to take care of her adult sister, Andrea.
I want to move to Chicago to be with my fiance, but I don't want to leave her.
Sharice says Andrea spends her days drinking herself into oblivion.
So this is a video of you. I want you to tell me about this.
I know she here. I know she here. She just called me. Tell her to bring her ass outside.
It's Andrea. That is not I drink a lot. What is this?
I have a drinking problem.
And how long have you known that you have a drinking problem?
I don't know, a couple years.
So, Miss Andrea, your feet don't just shake because you're nervous. Your hands don't tremble because you're nervous. Miss Andrea, you have a drinking problem. It's called alcoholism. It's that hard for you to say?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because I don't want to be an addict like my mama.
How about you just have to acknowledge that you've got a problem?
It makes me no better than her.
I want you to repeat and complete this, because this is the depth of the work that you have to do. It's been hard for me to admit I have a drinking problem because...
It's been hard for me to admit I have a drinking problem because I don't want to end up like my mama.
Tell me about your mama.
She was a crackhead.
What does that do to your heart?
Nothing good.
And it's hard to feel bad about your mother. When did your sister become your mother?
Oh, wow. Maybe like 5, 4 maybe, yeah.
And when did she stop being your mother?
I guess she hasn't.
Why?
When we was kids, she's always promised me that she would take care of me, so it's kind of held her to that.
Are you angry with her for the time that she left you?
I used to be, but I've gotten over it. I was angry with her for a while because of that, but I've gotten over it now.
But you do know she didn't leave you voluntarily, that y'all were separated. Well, what do you think happened? What do you understand happened?
All I know is she left, you know.
And how old were you?
I was 7 or 8.
And when she went to live with her father's side of the family, where were you?
Still with my mother.
What was that like?
It wasn't good.
What does that mean?
Well, I was sexually assaulted. Seen my mother get beat up a few times. Seen her throw out of windows, burned with forks. It just wasn't good for me as a young child to witness that type of stuff.
And how did you feel about seeing your mother get abused?
It just didn't make no sense to me. Like,
Did you feel
I love my
helpless?
mother. Yes. There's nothing I could do.
Did you feel hopeless?
You could say that.
Okay, hold on one second. Hold that thought. Put one in there for helplessness and put one in there for hopelessness. So is it possible that today you drink to keep that stuff?
That's very possible, to keep that stuff in farthest in the back of my mind as I possibly can.
If you could get some help, would you take it? Do you want it? Okay. So, like a big girl, not like a little girl who shakes her head?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I want you to see something, okay? Miss Cherise?
Yes.
Come on. I want you to show your sister what you got. Show her what it is. You know what that is? You want to tell her what that is? Yeah, you sit over here and tell her what that is. But you can't put it down.
This is all the feelings and emotions and issues that I have.
The weight of carrying her life and your life and your mama's life and your drinking. You want to feel that? Let her feel it. Give it to her. You want to share with your sister what you just shared with me?
Well, I just got a lot of confusion and stuff, and I'm just still hurt from the stuff that went on when we was kids. And I wish you had never left me, because a lot of stuff happened after you left.
But she didn't leave. She was 13, and she didn't have the authority or the right to say what happened to you or what happened to her because the adults in your life failed you. Did you leave her?
No.
Yeah, you wasn't my mother.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want you to go nowhere. That's why I don't want to leave you. You're the only mother I know. I just don't know what to do without you.
I don't know what to do without you either.
Does she know?
No.
Turn to her and tell.
I was accepted to graduate school, and I didn't go because I didn't want to leave you. But sometimes I resent you because I feel like I could have been much more if I didn't have to wait for you.
Well, she never told me. I never heard nothing she just said.
I'm in Chicago, working with Sharice and Andrea, two sisters trapped by a pact they made decades ago.
When we was kids, she always promised me that she would take care of me, so it's kind of held her to that.
As children, they say that they were forcibly separated by Child Protective Services.
So we were split up, and it was extremely traumatic for me and her.
When Sharice went to live with her grandparents, Andrea says she was left with their mother in a toxic environment. And what felt like a broken promise became a living nightmare.
I was sexually assaulted. Seen my mother get beat up a few times. Seen her throw out of windows, burned with forks. It just wasn't good.
Now Sharice can't seem to let go of her adult sister. While Andrea says she spends her days drinking to forget her childhood pain, I suspect she may be drinking for an even deeper reason.
So this is a video of you.
What you doing in the backyard? You fell?
Upstairs? Yeah, she did. I seen her fall.
I'm trying to give her a job to take care of herself. She is such a baby.
It's Andrea. That is not, I drink a lot.
These sisters both need help.
I just don't know what to do without you.
I don't know what to do without you either.
By you not taking care of you, she puts her life on hold. She ain't with her man because she with you. Not blaming you, but you gotta be clear about what's going on. And as long as you act like you're her mother and keep her a little girl, she don't have to grow up. Give her back her burden. I just wanted you to be clear about what it feels like for her. So tell me, Sharice, how your life has been stalled waiting for your sister to tell the truth. Does she know?
No.
Oh. Turn to her and tell.
I had an opportunity when I graduated from college. I was accepted to graduate school, and I didn't go because I didn't want to leave you. But sometimes I resent you because I feel like I could have done a lot more and been much more if I didn't have to wait for you to grow up.
Well, she never told me. I never heard nothing she just said.
It wouldn't have mattered. You know why? Because you have made her your mother, and you've made her responsible for you. So turn to her and tell her why you think she should have been responsible for you.
I don't know. It was just me. It's always just been me and you.
But she grew up and handled her business, and you didn't. Why? Where are you stuck?
I'm stuck when I was raped. I'm stuck when I saw Mama throw it out of windows. I'm stuck there. That's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck when I stayed at home by myself for 2 weeks in a row with no food. That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Nobody else know what that feels like.
It's a lot, Miss Andrea. And no human mind can handle all of it alone. So now we want to get you to the place where you go get it handled. And all of the wahala underneath it. Because the drinking ain't the problem. It's what the drinking is covering up that's the problem. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just doing alcohol therapy to cover up the million broken pieces of your heart. So I'm gonna send Miss Andrea to a 12-step meeting now, today, that she's been able to say what?
I have a drinking problem.
Yes. Okay. All right. Come on, I'm gonna get you out of here. Come give me a big old hug. First, hug your sister.
I love you too.
Okay. All right.
This was a bad idea. I feel like everybody just came to Chicago to just jump on poor Andrea. Just to have a free vacation at her expense. That's how I'm feeling.
I'm in Chicago, working with two codependent sisters. One who says she's drowning memories of a traumatic childhood with alcohol.
Where are you stuck?
I'm stuck when I was raped. I'm stuck when I saw mama throw out of windows. I'm stuck there. That's where I'm stuck.
And another whose survivor's guilt has made her an enabler.
You fell upstairs? Yeah, she did. I seen her fall.
It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she is wasted.
I've arranged for Andrea to attend a 12-step meeting so that she can get clear about what it means to be an alcoholic and the work she has ahead of her.
This was a bad idea. I feel like everybody just came to Chicago to just jump on poor Andrea.
And have brought in Sharice's long-distance fiance, Fred, who Sharice plans to wed next year.
Look what I found. I found your man.
So we can stage an intervention of our own.
Yeah, why don't you let him hold your baggage for a minute? Yeah, why don't you let him hold on to that?
It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah. That you get to carry with her or for her, unless she chooses to put it down. Why don't you tell him what some of that stuff is?
Guilt, resentment, fear, anxiety, abandonment. Just everything I feel.
And do you see that in your relationship with her?
Yeah.
How do you see it?
Just in trying to save everybody, trying to be everybody's superhero. I think that's part of the guilt part. Just trying to make
What is the guilt?
The guilt is you can't accept being successful and the people that you love are not.
It's called survivor's guilt. And I just find it so interesting that one of the things that we put in your burden bag is abandonment. And what do you think you've done to him? That you're in Detroit and he's here. You need to go to the mirror and slap the first person that shows up. What's wrong with you? Bump your head or something? So here's the question for you. What are you addicted to?
I don't know.
Maybe you're addicted to that bag and being burdened and guilty the same way you were as a child. Maybe that's what you're addicted to. That's your get high right there. That's what you do with that. The same way your sister does it with the bottle. Give her back let her get high. Give her bag. Go on and get high. Mm-hmm. I know you feel the inclination to take care of her. My brother was my big brother, He was my older brother, cross-addicted to drugs and alcohol. And I was the baby. I had to take care of him until he died. One shot too many. Drunk in the backyard is one thing. Dead in the casket is another.
There is some healing that is simply out of my hands. So, day 2 is intervention day. I've arranged for Andrea to go to rehab in California, if she's willing.
Oh, Miss Sharice, what do
Morning.
I see in your eyes this morning?
It was a rough night.
But first, if Sharice and I are going to stage an intervention together, she needs to drop that bag of rocks representing the burdens she's been carrying for years.
It's so heavy. I don't believe I was carrying all of this.
Okay, so put it down.
So what does that represent for you, putting that bag down?
Letting go of my guilt.
About what?
Guilt that I made it and I'm doing well. And my sister isn't.
You've got to get clear about really what Andrea's being drunk, how it has served you. I see one major way that it served you. Can you think of a way that it has kept you in a certain place? Can you see any way that it's done that for you?
It's kept me feeling like I'm useful, like I'm a good person.
Yes. And what do you think made you think you weren't a good person?
Because my mom didn't care about me. How could I be a good person?
That's a powerful awareness. That's a big thing.
Your mother came home high and there was nothing you could do about it. Now you're allowing her to do the same thing. You're allowing her to be the person you're trying to save her from.
Today is intervention day. I've arranged for a rehab facility to take Andrea in for treatment.
Hello, my darling.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
Fine.
If she agrees.
How was your night?
It was all right.
Okay, what is
I
all
did a
right
lot. I
mean?
did a lot of thinking.
Okay, and tell me what you thought about.
I thought about that tape I saw really made me feel real good about myself. You know,
What did you learn at the meeting last night?
the meeting. Well, it was all right. I learned that it's not going to happen overnight, and sometimes you have to fall a couple of times before you get it right. A couple people there was, had relapsed a couple of times, but you got to stick with it. You can't just give up.
Go get the bag.
I think Andrea may be ready to carry her own weight.
Miss Sharice.
Yes.
Hi. And you must be Miss Angelique?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, another member of the family.
Yes, ma'am.
Sharice has their paternal half-sister, Angelique, for support during our intervention.
She picked up her own weight.
That's her stuff.
All right, come on. Sit here.
Tell your sister I'm an alcoholic.
Street I'm alcoholic.
Tell her what the 8 or 9-year-old is drowning with the alcohol.
That day I seen Mama get thrown out the window. They burned her. They burned her with knives and forks. They beat her and they threw her out the window. I never forgot about that. It's always with me all the time. I just don't see how somebody could do something like that to another human being. I don't care what the reason was. Why for what? I just don't see how somebody could do somebody else like that.
Well, it wasn't somebody else, it was your mother. And that leaves you feeling helpless.
and terrorized and traumatized. And that may be why you have felt the need to mother her.
Is that why you can't just leave Andrea? You can't let go of her and grow up? Do you feel like you're abandoning her?
Our mother left without regard to what we had. She left us to the wolves, and I told myself I would never let that happen on my watch, that I would never do that.
Your mother came home high and there was nothing you could do about it. Now you're allowing her to do the same thing. You're allowing her to be the person you're trying to save her from. She wouldn't admit that she had a drinking problem because she didn't want to be like her mother. But not speaking it didn't stop you from being like your mother. You're both sick.
Let me explain something to you. These are life and death choices because she and you are in a life or death situation.
Yes.
She getting mad. She mad at me now. I see it. I see her little lip poked out. She can be mad if she want to. I ain't never heard nobody die from being mad. How'd she die? Oh, she got mad to death.
I love you.
She got mad to death. These are my sisters. I love them. But I'm not going to participate in your self-destruction. You have something you want to say to her, the two of you?
Andrea, I need you to think about getting yourself, to think about getting well, being clean, and going to rehab as your first choice, because you can't work with us anymore in your condition.
What does that mean? What does that mean she can't work anymore?
She's fired. I'm choosing not to take care of you anymore and your everyday needs and all the things that you need.
What did you hear her say?
I'm fired, and I can't live with her no more, Angel. Next.
I have faith that you can do. I know you can do this for yourself. You don't have to lean on Sharice. You can stand up and do it on your own.
I have a rehab program for you to go into. 90 days. 90 days. Will you go? I have a rehab program for you to go into. 90 days. 90 days. And the program is in Los Angeles. Will you go? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
For 90 days. You'll go.
Yes.
Tell her you're going.
I'm going
2,
to rehab.
4.
90 days. I'm going to rehab for 90 days.
Tell her you're scared.
I'm scared.
You can hug her. Miss Sharice, you're not going back to Detroit. You're going from here. And I have a friend of mine. I want him to tell you about the program. I brought him in. His name is Ken Seeley. He has a program called Intervention 911. He's gonna fly with you to California. I want y'all to meet Ken.
I've asked Ken Seeley, who spent the last 2 decades coaching addicts into rehab, to help Andrea through the next steps.
How are you? Hi, how are you? How are you? Hi. So you ready to do this? Yeah. Want to know a little bit about it?
Yes.
It's in Lake Arrowhead, California. It's called Above It All. And they're going to help you learn to love yourself and nurture yourself. And they're going to love you until you could love yourself. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to help you get there.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Tell me what's going on. I'm with you. You okay?
Mm.
Just
I'm nervous
about
being in Los Angeles by myself.
You're not gonna be in Los Angeles by yourself. You're gonna be there with Ken.
It's up in the mountain and it's beautiful. It's a resort town. It's really comfortable.
What's gonna be the hardest part of her recovery?
I think the First week is going to be detoxing. That's going to be really uncomfortable, but they're going to give you medication and make it as easy as possible on you. And then the hardest part is what you're doing right now. Just saying yes and getting on that plane with me. Just be willing. Just have a little bit of hope. And I love that you were fired from your job, because that's how I got into recovery. I got fired from my job 25 years ago. And my life has changed drastically, and your life is going to change drastically.
Have you ever been to California? Well, praise the Lord. You're getting a free trip. Where's your purse? I don't have a purse. I have a purse. All big girls have a purse. So you know what? I'm going to get the address, and I'm going to send you a purse and a wallet so that when you come out of the facility, you have a brand new purse and a brand new wallet. How about that? Okay? And I want you to take a picture and send it to me. All right? Come tell your sister goodbye. Intervention 911. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're amazing.
Let me tell you something. You can do this. And it's perfectly okay to be afraid, because you don't know the you that you are becoming. You don't know her yet, but I think that she's gonna be more than enough to hold you up. Okay?
You're stronger than all of this.
You can do this.